All right, our next presenter literally has an eye-opening presentation, and it's brand new for everyone who has even has been here for our earlier celebration. He's not a magician in the traditional sense. Instead, he uses photography as a therapeutic tool to point out the magic and beauty in life. Our presenter's exhibit called Empathy from the Empire was displayed at the Empire State Building in New York City in 2002, and it's literally touched thousands of people from all different nations and all walks of life. Having himself actually overcome depression through the magic of photography, he now uses his work in programs which have shown profound results in helping participants to open their senses to the beauty of life. He's been called Willy Wonka, Mr. Happy, and a magician who hypnotizes people with his work. Would you please welcome Mr. John Stone.
Good morning. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Okay, now I know we have an international group here, so do you know what word we all say in the same language no matter where we are in the world? Everybody say it when you see it, okay? This will be fun. Ready? Boing. Yes, no matter where you are in the world, you say that in the same language, because it's a sound effect. I have people in Indonesia saying boing. And I actually, when I go to New York City, I make an appearance on the Times Square Earth Cam and hold up the boing sign for them. So, but I'm here to tell you about photography as magic. Eyeclectic photography is magic. There's some flyers back there on the table with this graphic on it. And I'm just going to read this because it says, seeing the world through new eyes is most important in motivation toward positive change. For this purpose, photography as therapy has shown profound results, working with all ages and diagnoses, including cerebral palsy, homeless and depressed individuals, and the general public, in helping participants to open their senses to the beauty of life, too often overlooked, while providing tools and skills to help change lives. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. And I'm a photo hunter myself, which means I never go anywhere without a camera. And this camera has been with me for years, and I have other gear, but I went out and bought this thing years ago because I noticed that photo opportunities often happen when I didn't have a camera, and I needed something that was there for that quick moment. And this camera hangs at my side, and sometimes I even shoot without even looking, just passing, and capture some amazing things in that way. And actually, the exhibit at Empire State Building, there were 72 photos in the exhibit, and out of those 72 photos, 59 of them were taken with a little point-and-shoot Pentax just like this, and 2 of them with a little disposable camera, which I actually had displayed in the exhibit, with the question saying that 2 of the photos in this display were taken with this disposable camera. Can you guess which 2? And no one could ever guess. Well, a couple people did, but it was a fun little interactive thing that engaged people in the exhibit. And just, it was really a rhetorical question because it's not necessarily the camera. And the fact that, these pictures were displayed for all the world to see in the Empire State Building and just taken with little disposable cameras makes it accessible to anybody. Anybody can really do that. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. And, moments are fleeting. If you look at this photo right here, that is a nanosecond in moving time right there. And I was actually driving when I took this photo. And I saw the clouds were moving very quickly that day. And I just saw this hole in the cloud, and I went, oh my gosh, the sun is going to line up with that hole. And I got my camera and caught it. So, and it was gone as quick as it happened. So that's my eclectic eye. Because, like I say, seeing the world through new eyes is most important in motivation toward positive change. We're told the eye is the window to the soul, and it's very true. I was given, I came from a place of very deep depression, and to actually heights of euphoria just from looking at the sky. And so it's very true, and I just think that, what we intake, actually this photo, when it was taken and I first looked at it, the words across the top of the picture are the words that I heard when I looked at this photo. You are what you eat. Be beauty. And it's not just a matter of what we eat, but what we ingest through all of our senses and how we perceive what we intake. If we perceive it as beauty, then it fills us up in that way because we become what we ingest. And so if we can focus on beauty, then it becomes us. And it has a really profound effect in uplifting the spirit. And so that's what the show that I do is normally about an hour and a half long to 2 hours. Actually, it's gone as long as 2.5 hours, depending on the audience interaction and everything. and it's called The Beauty of Life. And so I'm going to show you a little sample of that today to just give you an idea of how that works, and then touch on some other aspects of therapeutic photography as well. And I had the exhibit at Empire State Building. Well, touching on a little bit of my history, actually, I used to work in entertainment as a DJ and booking agent, and did band photography, and I've had things printed in Rolling Stone magazine, used by MTV News and all of that. But I was really overextended during that time and doing a lot of things that really didn't have a lot of redeeming value, and really actually tapped my resources and energy, and I ended up with a perforated ulcer and a breakdown mentally the following year, and fell into a very deep depression after that. And so we won't linger on that too long. But then I had an exhibit at Empire State Building in 2002, which was called Empathy from the Empire. And that was a great uplifting for me and led me into teaching, and then to where I'm standing now, actually, and speaking with you. And I don't know if you can read the words in the clouds up there, but this was said by Jimmy the elevator operator, who is quite a character. And he said, "Thank you for sharing your work. It has inspired thousands of people from all over the world who came to see the sparkling inspiration that you showed through your artwork. At last it gave character to the city. You're a part of the city. And it's..." wait a minute. "And it is..." Can you read it?
You are part of the structure.
"A monumental creation in the eternal moment." So, and that was actually said to me as I had just taken the exhibit down and was leaving the building, and he was sitting down on a bench in front of the building to take a break, and I asked him for his thoughts, and that's what he gave me. So that was pretty amazing. Now, there were a lot of amazing comments that were given to me during that time, and there's some flyers again back there that list a lot of the different testimonials and things that I had received. And I started receiving letters from people that, for instance, this one, thank you for giving me life. And I sat in front of my computer in tears reading these things, just thinking that I could be a part of that in any way, and that you could change the way that people interpret and look at life, was amazing to me, especially coming from the depression I came from, to, being able to inspire others to want to live life. And why is the Empire State Building an inspiration? Ask Yahoo. Eclectic photography, it seems. And but people were really engaged by the exhibit. I stood in the lobby at times and watched people just stand in front of the windows for long periods of time and just really absorb the exhibit. There were times that I would walk up behind people to see what they were saying, and they really weren't saying much. They just were really taking it in. And the guy that installed the windows at the exhibit actually said that, usually you can't get anybody to stop and read anything in New York, but people were stopping to look at the pictures and reading the words as well, which was impressive to him. And because that's what the exhibit was. It was really an exhibit of philosophy and how we should look at each other and the world around us, and the pictures acted as a catalyst to that message. So, and was just kind of the first exposure I had to realizing that photography could be therapeutic, that it could touch people in that way. So this was one of the photos. There were 5 themes in the exhibit, and they all kind of intertwined to tell a story about connection and how everything is connected, really. Everything is everything, as I like to say.